Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 217. Joining me, as always, Daniel Neveroli.
What's up, gamers? What's going on?
I didn't know. How you doing?
Okay. It just suddenly got really cold. It's gonna be really cold over here for like 2 days.
See your breath.
No.
Maybe you got
outside.
a ghost.
Is my house haunted?
It could be.
It's actually not cold outside.
You know what movie freaked me out as a kid? You ever seen 13 Ghosts?
I have, but I don't remember it too much. I remember it not being great.
Terrified me. No,
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good at all. I'm sure I'd laugh if I watched it now, but like, oh boy,
I'd probably get a
I
good time
remember as a
out
kid,
of it,
that thing's scary. That and the twins from The Shining scared the fucking shit out of me as a kid.
Yeah. Well, there was the flash of like them being dead or whatever. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, it's always like just them standing at the end of that hallway, and then it'll flash to them dead and there's blood everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the one that got me was watching the original Halloween, the OG. Way too young. I must have been like 7. Don't watch that movie when you're 7. The noise. There was like a scene of him jumping on the car and stuff. Like, yeah, it was not good for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Slashers never freaked me out as a kid as much. I don't know why, because that's like more realistic. It was always the ghosts, or like paranormal shit.
Yeah, but Michael's like killing people.
Yeah, I don't know. Freddy Krueger would freak me out, right? But like
I didn't watch
Jason
those as a
movie, I
kid.
could. But like Jason, I'd be fine. Friday the 13th, I'd be fine. But like, yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, you put that on, I'm freaked out. I think I went to see. I don't know how we got into the. I don't know who took me to this, but we saw Freddy vs. Jason.
I saw that as soon as it came to
super
DVD.
young. Saw that in theater as a super young child. I don't know how
My dad should not have showed me that movie.
Yeah, there's like a scene with like a little girl and her eyes are cut out. Yeah. I remember
it's
that
like a nightmare
freaked me the
scene,
fuck
right?
out. Yeah. Funny ass movie.
Yeah, it's not a good movie, but it's fun. It's a fun movie.
I like it when Freddy gets his head cut off at the end and then he winks to the camera right before the credits roll. It's like, what was going on in that fucking movie?
Well, because they didn't want to like say, "Oh, Jason wins." That's why. I think they're probably setting up a sequel too. Is that Kelly Rowland? I can't remember. Is that
Who?
Kelly Rowland in that movie?
Who's that?
The black best friend. Is that Kelly Rowland?
Might have been.
Do you know who Kelly Rowland is?
No, not really.
Destiny's Child.
It's still not ringing a bell.
She also had like a solo career.
But like I can picture. I know the character you're talking about.
You ever heard of the song "Dilemma" with Nelly and Kelly Rowland?
Sing it for me.
I can't sing it for you.
That's what I'm gonna need. That's what I'm gonna need. I don't know song names, but I do know.
She looks like Kelly Rowland in my head, but I don't know if it actually is.
We can look to IMDb.
Yeah.
Yep. Kelly Rowland.
It is Kelly Rowland in that movie. See,
is,
I knew it. In my head, she looked like Kelly Rowland.
Was she in a lot of horror movies?
No, she was not acting that much. But I will tell you this: in the music video for "Dilemma" with Nelly, she's texting on her phone. She's texting with Microsoft Excel.
Oh, okay, nice.
I don't know why.
Send messages.
I don't know. She's pulling up a phone, and you see the text she's sending is in Excel on her phone. It's unreal.
That's the most like mid 2000s things I ever heard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's like some like primitive phone that has internet or something has Excel.
Damn. I rocked with one of those type of phones like through high school.
Yeah, like
I didn't get like a smartphone until like probably like end of junior year of high school, which is like 2012. So people know, which is pretty fucking late.
I think for me it was like 2010 or 2009. I had the Droid 3.
Okay.
It was like Motorola Droid 3, but people went with that Droid or the Motorola Chocolate for a long time. You remember that one? It's kind of the small, really small. Like,
I had the sidekick thing, where it like flipped back up. Yeah.
Yeah, my Droid 3 was like a normal smartphone with a touchscreen, but it was a little thicker and it had a keyboard, like a slide keyboard. I used that for a long time.
I kind of miss those days. I want to go back. Like, fuck these smartphones.
You want a tactile keyboard?
Yeah, man. Like, I should not be allowed to have a smartphone because it's way too distracting for me. Like, especially when I'm playing games. Like, it is just, I will constantly pick up my phone. I'm just like, sometimes I think to myself, why did I just pick up my phone? You know,
Put your phone on the other side of the room.
That's why I need to like throw it in a different room. Is what I need to do. You know, it's like I gotta be like super into a game to like not pick up my phone every like at least.
Put your headphones
like, 15
on.
Minutes.
Move your phone away.
Doesn't work. It doesn't work. Yeah, I need to like put it in a different room.
Put it in a safe, like, or a lockbox
with a timer thing. Yeah.
Or just a keyed lock. So or like a lock with a code.
Yeah.
So you have to then do it.
Yeah. Make it hard. Make it like a saw puzzle.
If somebody breaks
in there.
Yeah, somebody breaks in, you got to call the cops. You have to like 22 this way, 50 this way. Hold on, don't.
I wish someone would break in here, Daniel. Watch what happens. Is that an
invitation?
I got 2 cats, okay, and a Patty Kimlet sweatshirt on. So like, you really want to fuck with me? They are very lazy, but like they'll do something at that time. I believe them. They'll spring to action at the right time. Yeah, they'll lay down right in front of them.
Rub my belly.
Scratches.
Yeah.
And they'll just be too cute. You'll have the robber will have to fucking pet them. You know.
What are you gonna do? You're not gonna pet that cat?
You're not gonna pet the cat. You know how rude.
You're crazy.
That be, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say to him too. Like, you're not gonna pet the cat at least.
Like, you could take my stuff, but pet the cat.
Pet the cat. Pet the
at least pet the cat.
I would feel sorry for the motherfucker that tries to rob me though, because it's like I ain't got shit. Like, what do you want?
Like, I mean, you have some consoles in your TV.
Yeah, I get the consoles and the TV. All right, but like, you'll get what, $1,000 total for all that, you know?
And you have to try to resell it.
Yeah, and it's like, all right,
you're not getting cash
a bitch for you.
Yeah,
Daniel, it's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Yeah, games to play, news, companies still firing people. Lots of stuff.
Hey, it's fucking great.
It's so much out there.
Awesome, you know.
What a world we live in.
All right, first up then. Multiple industry insiders are claiming that a PlayStation event is set to happen sometime during the month of May. Jeff Grubb is also reporting this, so he's probably the most, I don't know what you want to call it, the most accurate industry insider we got. Maybe besides Jason Schreier. But, you know, you could trust Grubb, is what I'm trying to say there. So, yeah, Tim reporting it. I believe it. Also, it makes a lot of sense. But, Daniel, PlayStation event. We don't know if it's state of play or showcase. Seeming like they're leaning towards showcase.
He was saying he was leaning towards what he was hearing was a showcase. Because we just had a decent state of play for them not that long ago. So
did we? I can never remember these things.
Yeah, this is the one that had like a few things there. But yeah, they just recently had one. I think in February. So yeah, a showcase. Like, so I think it's probably true. They probably don't want to be around everyone else, so they're going to go in May. Go first, I guess. That makes sense. I think they've done one of these in May before.
they did one last year in May. I mean,
and I think PlayStation 5
in May, so it's like
they did one in May.
Yeah, they did one in May there. I think their thing is kind of May now, like the week before traditional E3 type of thing. So it makes a lot of sense to me.
So what are we looking at here? What do we think is actually going to be there?
Well,
so what's realistic, and then what do we want to be there? I guess is. So what's realistically going? Good
question.
Death Stranding 2?
Well, last week I had my expectations last year, not last week. Last year I had my expectations way too high.
I think we all did.
Yeah, but I think rightfully so in a way, because PlayStation was so quiet for so long. You know,
and they still have been.
Still have been, kinda. I mean, we did get the showcase last year, and it's like, we all say they're still quiet just because none of us are looking forward to Concord and Fair games, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, you guys didn't do yourself any favors with just teasing multiplayer games with
cinematic
cinematic trailers.
Stars.
Oh, yeah, I am Foam Stars. Shout out to Foam Stars. I'm pretty sure you battle a girl in Queen's Blood in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and the girl's from Foam Stars.
Oh my
I can't confirm that, but like, she looked like a Foam Stars character.
Oh, no.
But, yeah. Foam Stars. Man, that game came and went, huh?
Yeah, it did.
What the fuck happened there?
I don't know.
Foam Stars sitting there like, Helldivers 2, you're taking everything I worked for, motherfuckers. All right. So, PlayStation Showcase. What are we expecting? I don't know.
Death Stranding 2, probably?
Yeah. Do
Maybe
you
a
want to
date
tease
for
that
it.
again? If that's
If it's coming
2025.
next year, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
if it's early next year, maybe. I don't think you'd get a hard date, but maybe like a spring 2025 or whatever type of thing. We do know it's 2025, so I
Or you think
wouldn't.
they wait for Keeley for that?
Yeah, maybe you do that at Keeley. It's probably better there. It's if it is earlier next year than later, you probably would wait for Keeley. Because there's no way they have a hard date nailed down, and the next time you show it, you probably do want to put a date on it. So
Yeah,
maybe you
they've
don't.
shown it a couple times already.
But maybe they want to show off more gameplay. Maybe there's more combat involved in the last game. I don't know.
Hmm.
Like you want to show that guy walking. That's
Guess
training.
what you're gonna do in this game? Walk.
Walk. It's great. Trust me. So yeah. And then I don't know. Again, similar to last year, like there's a lot of first party
Where's
studios
Bend?
where it's just like, all right, are these guys ready to go? Has the strategy changed at PlayStation to where they don't want to show off games until they're way closer to being ready than traditionally? We just don't know. So yeah, I mean, we could just start listing off fucking studios here. Yeah, where is Sony Bend? Are they ready to go here? Rumors going around that they're making a live service game now. So I don't know. Actually, Sony Bend, I could see them being further off than we expect. Why they
Because of
should be
yeah.
ready to go with the stuff going on at that studio. A lot of the founders leaving and whatnot. It seems like they started up a project around 2021, 2022 ish. So they could still be some years away. I wouldn't be too surprised by
Yeah.
that. A lot of rumors going around of Astrobot. I think Jeff Grubb even
Hmm.
put out that rumor that there could be an Astrobot game
What
even
was he
this
saying?
year.
VR or regular game?
I don't think he just said a full Astrobot game, so I guess we don't
But
know.
not VR. Maybe a VR mode with it.
Maybe, yeah. I don't.
Do both.
I think majority of people, I can guarantee majority of people would prefer it to not be a VR game, right? And I mean,
Especially how VR2's doing.
yeah, exactly. Especially with how uninterested Sony seems to be in VR2, right? It's like I seriously doubt it would be a VR game. While that would be cool for people that bought it, right? It's like
Hmm.
I think for the rest of us, we'd all be like, "Oh, that sucks," So yeah, I would hope it's a full blown Astrobot game for PS5 and just a regular game, regular 3D platformer. I think
That's what I want.
that would be very hype. I think a lot of us would
Yeah.
be very excited for that. That I
I
know
want more 3D platformers.
PlayStation said there's not a big first party game coming out this year from one of their major series. But to me, that's a major series, and that would be very exciting. Like I'd be just as excited
They
for
probably don't look at it as major.
yeah, sure. I could understand that. Although Astrobot, over 50 million copies sold.
Oh my
remember that.
god, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that's a fact. That's a fact. You can't deny that.
Wii Sports.
Hey, Nintendo's gonna count Wii Sports. We're counting Astrobot. All right. So yeah, I would personally be very excited if they could have that out, and if it's out this year, that would tickle my fancy. I don't know about you, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, that would do it for me.
Yeah.
Let me
Okay.
pitch like a pretty good, not even pitch, but like let me just say what would be a pretty good showcase. I'd walk away pretty satisfied, at least from a
Okay.
first party perspective. Would be a new Astrobot game, and at least coming soon. Like if it is this
Early
fall,
next
great, or early next year, that'd be cool too, right? That maybe a little Death Stranding 2 thing, a Ghost of Tsushima 2 reveal. Like I'm not expecting a hey, here's gameplay and it's coming out this fall. I would be expecting a 2025 and it probably comes out fall 2025, right? And then Concord. Concord's supposed to come out this year. Gameplay for that and a release date.
What about
you do that, just that, right? Just leave that. I would walk away from that being like, that was good.
no fair games?
Oh, you could do that too. Although I don't think anyone cares.
Some gameplay, maybe?
Yeah, just show gameplay and show that off. With Concord and Fair Games, the thing they need to do is show gameplay, right? They should have always been revealed with gameplay because those are straight up multiplayer games. The thing that you're waiting for is gameplay. All you're doing is tone setting with those teaser trailers, right? It doesn't show you anything. Like, I can understand a CGI trailer for Ghost of Tsushima 2 because we know what to expect from Ghost of Tsushima, right? Or just a sequel from the last game. A hint at story elements going on in the CGI trailer. That will get us all hyped. But you can't do that for new IPs on multiplayer games. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. There's only 3 other things really that I can even add to that would like even be in the realm of possibility. Marathon, show some gameplay. Naughty Dog, What they got going? Are they, they've been Neil's been teasing a single player thing.
Yeah.
So, it's like
It's so hard to say with Naughty Dog because with Neil being off and doing the show for a while, right? It doesn't seem like he was in studio for a little bit there. I'm sure he's back now and working with the team, but it's like, how far along are they on whatever the next single player project is? Neil said there's two single player projects in the works. So it's like, okay, how far along is one of those? Are you ready to show that off? I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily be expecting it. Yeah.
That'll be the two teases, Sucker Punch and them, right?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be very hype if you could get a Naughty Dog thing, especially if it's a new IP. That'd be fucking awesome. I mean, Last of Us 3, of course, that's gonna be hype too. That would, quote unquote, break the internet. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know with Naughty Dog. I don't know how far along they are if they're ready to do that yet.
I think the big like Hail Mary here is Cory Barlog's game over there at Sony Santa Monica. Yeah. He's been working on something since 2018.
Yeah.
Or 2019 technically. With whatever small team or large team, I'm not sure. They probably split the studio to do that. Who knows what he's been working on for 5 years or so, 5.5 years.
Yeah. It's so hard to say with Sony Santa Monica too, right? Because it's like, will they ever make something that isn't God of War? Like to this point, they've only made
his thing, not God of War.
Yeah. To this point, they've only made God of War games, and that's a long time, right? Like God of War 1 came out in 2002, so it's like forever.
Was it 2002?
I think it was 2002, 2003-ish, right around there.
What?
Yeah. So it's, I mean, over 20 years, that studio has just been a God of War studio. Like, will we finally branch out and make a new IP here? That'd be very exciting.
Like Corey do that?
If they are just making a new God of War game, I can't imagine that's anywhere near being ready to show off, right? So I don't know. Yeah, if it is a new IP from Cory Barlog, I could see that being very exciting.
Yeah. I wonder what Corey would even want to do. Is it going to be fantasy-ish still, kind of how God of War? God of War's not fantasy, but it is fantasy-ish. It's fantasy adjacent.
Yeah.
Is he going to want to do something more modern, like more down, like our real time, or is he going to want to do something in sci-fi? You know, like what? There's the rumor of that sci-fi game. Like, is he going to kind of take a lot of that and roll with it, or?
Yeah, I mean, there was that whole canceled sci-fi project that Sony Santa Monica was working on for a long time, right? And I mean, gameplay has leaked with that and stuff. So I don't know. Did they go back to that, whatever it was, and try to make it work in today's era? Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm not necessarily holding my breath that they're making something outside of God of War. I just don't know if that's what that studio even wants to do. Like, they are built on God of War. If you get hired at Sony Santa Monica, you clearly want to work on God of War, right?
Yeah. Or you at least like God of War enough to want to work at the studio. What do we think about VR support? Are they actually going to show anything about VR games, new VR games, anything? They did it the State of Play.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, your third-party support there, right, with other VR games coming to the console. I think they'll just keep doing that and try to ride that out. But, yeah, I mean, that Astrobot game would really be the make or break for how much does Sony care about VR in their own system, right?
Does it have a VR mode?
Yeah, if that Astrobot game at least has a VR mode, I would say, okay, at least they somewhat care still, and they're at least throwing you guys a fucking bone there for all you VR freaks.
A bunch of nerds.
If that game's just a straight up, single player, regular game, yeah, they don't care about VR, clearly.
I already don't think they do.
Yeah, I mean, and it sells so little, why would they at this point,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a bunch of other studios out there. Bluepoint, how far are they? Supposed to be working on a new IP.
True. I actually forgot about Bluepoint.
Yeah, Bluepoint. Housemarque, I know Returnal just came out in 2021, but that's been 3 years already, right? So, they could be ready to go on something.
So what? So what has been their lineage here? Like recent memory, they did. 2018 was Shadow of the Colossus.
Bluepoint?
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus.
2020.
Then they did Demon Souls in 2020.
And then have they worked on anything else? Not like put out a full game. Have they
doesn't
worked?
Seem
Do we know
like
if they've worked on like even support?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. Maybe they could have, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it. So it seems like they've just been hard at work on whatever this new IP is. It's interesting to me that they are making a new IP, if they are, I guess we should say. I mean, I don't know if we've ever gotten confirmation from them that they are making a full-blown new IP, but if they are, because you would have thought PlayStation would have bought them just to make remakes of stuff, considering that was their expertise beforehand.
They like doing it right now.
Yeah, so maybe it is another remake. I don't know what that would be if it is, but a new IP would also be exciting. See them, flex their stuff, see what they're about when they make their own game, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, 4 years is a long time, right? I guess almost. I guess no, it's not quite 4. It'd be 4 towards the end of the year.
3.5 right now, yeah.
3.5 years, yeah. So 3.5 years, like that's a while for a studio like this. They tend to work pretty quick with their remakes. It seems to have been about every 2 years. I don't know what they did before Shadow. Like if we go back the other way, what was their last thing there? They did the updated.
Yeah, they did
Metal Gear,
many of those random collections, that weren't like even like those full blown remakes that they have been known for now, right? They did so many. Like I think they touched. Did they touch the Master Chief collection, or am I crazy?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I think they did is the 360 port of the original Titanfall. Really random one.
Whoa!
But I think they did that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think that was
okay. So yeah,
Nathan Drake collection. They did that.
Oh, that was when did that come out?
That was like 2015, 2014.
Yeah,
right around
something
there.
like that. Because that's the one. That's how I played all those games.
Yeah,
I didn't have a PS3. I got it with the collection, like right before Uncharted 4 came out. Blue Point's another one I didn't even actually think about. So yeah, they got to be like. That's the thing that we keep saying. We've been saying is like, what are these studios doing?
Yeah, no, that is the question, right? With Blue Point, first time making their own IP, I could see that taking a while. While it has been 3.5 years now, I could see that taking 5-6 years.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the scope of the game, right?
Yeah, depending on what they're making.
Like, yeah, is it like an open world game? Is it something a little more linear? I don't know. I don't really even know what I would want from them. Like, I didn't even play the Demon Souls thing yet. I still want to play that. I know that like hardcore From Software fans don't really like that port as much, just because I think they've changed a little bit of like back end things, compared to like the original Demon Souls. Even though it looks better, it was kind of like gameplay bits and stuff. It kind of feels a little different than they wanted, but that's like hardcore fans. I do want to play that though. That's going to be the version of Demon Souls I play. I love Shadow of the Colossus, that remake they did. That is awesome. I also know some people still prefer the original of that game for some reason, but it still plays like an old game.
That's every remake though,
Yeah.
Like, there's tons of people that are always like, the original's better.
Yeah, people feel that way about Kiwami 1 and 2.
Yeah.
For the Like a Dragon series. It's like those versions are much better.
Look at Persona 3 Reload. How many people, I don't know if you've seen it, but like I've seen so many people be like, oh, the original version is actually better for this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. It's just like, all right, guys. Well, I'm not playing that version.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder what's their direction if it just like hypothetically if they make a new.
Yeah, it's just impossible to say, right? Because they've never even made their own IP, so it's like, what are they interested in? What are they good at?
Like it's not a sequel, it's not technically 2. It's like Bloodborne, like Blood of the whatever, and it's like it's like a spin-off Bloodborne game. It's technically not their own IP, and they can maybe have that be an excuse why it's not like from making it, because it's not Bloodborne 2. It's like it's a side up Bloodborne game, but it plays kind of like what they took from Demon Souls and kind of how Bloodborne feels, and kind of take that into like a new direction. And PlayStation can keep the Bloodborne IP going. People want that.
That'd be cool, but that is such a daunting thing to jump into.
Yeah, it is. That's risky.
Yeah, that's
real
very
risky. People love Bloodborne. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
The FromSoft kids are gonna come at you with that. It's just like, look at any other game in the Souls genre that's not made by FromSoft, how much scrutiny they're always under, right?
Or even Dark Souls 2.
Insane.
That's not even Miyazaki.
Yeah, exactly. Look how hard people judge that one, So it's just, any of them will get picked apart by fans if they don't feel perfect, You almost would have to outdo FromSoft for people to give you compliments, on that. At least the hardcore FromSoft thing. Like you would have to feel better than FromSoft game does somehow, and that's just like seems like an impossible task.
Tough, dude. That's tough.
Yeah, like I've never seen a genre that just gets so much hate for just being in the genre, for not being made by the people that invented the genre. It's just crazy. It almost seems like fans of that like push off other things, just because it's in the Souls genre. Granted, they sell well, right? Like well
Now, Lies of
enough,
P
right?
did pretty well
Yeah,
both
yeah,
ways.
yeah,
It
yeah.
reviewed pretty well, and like it sold pretty well.
But even
So like
that,
that's
like you hear like hardcore FromSoft fans, it's just like, oh, it doesn't feel like that, Yeah,
I didn't.
even you, but it's just like,
Yeah,
but like I
I
wouldn't
didn't.
consider you being like the guy that's like, oh, this piece of shit shouldn't have even been made
I
because
just
it's not
would never
made by
say that.
FromSoft, right?
I
Exactly.
just would never say
Well,
that.
you're not
But
like that type of guy, but like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
just
Yeah, but
there are
I
those
didn't
like
like it because I
really
didn't.
annoying hardcore FromSoft guys that are like, this
Mhm.
piece of shit shouldn't even have been made because it's not
Yeah,
FromSoft, right?
for me, it's just the game didn't play that well.
Sure.
Like, or I shouldn't say it didn't play that well. People like how it plays. It didn't play as well as I wanted it to play and how I wanted it to feel.
Mm.
So like a lot of the world seemed pretty interesting. I just like it didn't. Maybe I needed to give it more time. Granted, and maybe I would have liked it more. But
But
at the
that's just
time, I
it,
just
right? Is like they feel so similar to FromSoft games because there's only kind of so much you could do with that type of hack and slash design and being a FromSoft game that you were just under pressure when and being viewed by so many people just for feeling like a Souls game. And it's
Mhm.
just very unlikely you're gonna feel as good as FromSoft makes their Souls games feel.
Yeah, and I've told you my journey of like from games. It's like I initially bounced off of like I played a few, as they were coming out. Like even when Dark Souls 1 came out in the 360, I played it and I'm like, this doesn't quite feel how I want it to feel, right? Because they're very deliberate with how their game feels. Every animation is deliberate. You hit that attack button, you are doing that animation, no matter if you're getting hit or not. Like it took forever for them to click, and it was Elden Ring that clicked. Like whatever it was, Elden Ring broke my brain, and I just completely understood what they wanted me to do.
Yeah.
And then I went back. I beat Dark Souls 1, beat Bloodborne. I want to go to the rest of the series. Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro, really the last two for sure that I want to play.
Yeah.
But I want to play Demon Souls and even check out Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, for me it was just getting past that wall, right,
There
of the
is a wall for
difficulty.
sure.
Yeah, it was just I just never back in the day, like when I tried Dark Souls on 360, I just never really, I hit that wall with the boss and I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna put this down where I died, fucking 10 times in a row or whatever, and I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna push past this and keep trying until I actually figure it out. And then it wasn't until Demon Souls that I did give it the Demon Souls remake where I did just give it a chance, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here until I beat this boss, right? And then once you push that past that wall, you really do find the fun in those games.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they know what they're doing. So yeah, I have faith in Bluepoint. They are a good developer. We just need to see like, are they up to the task of making their own game?
Yeah, that's the thing,
Like
right? It's like how
that's a
good is
big
their own
task.
game gonna be?
Yeah. Like, do they have? I know that this is a studio that has the technical side. They make very high technically I can't even speak, like technical quality of a game. Do they have the creative side? Can they come up with a good story? Do they have those people, like the creative minds there?
Yeah,
That's the big question, I think.
yeah, definitely. And then yeah, a bunch of other studios we can throw out there. We're on this story really long now, so we'll move on. But yeah, there's like Housemark out there,
Oh,
Media
good.
Molecule,
Housemarque's
all
gotta be
those guys.
close.
Yeah, could be. I
It's been
wish
3
Sony would
years.
have kept them in the smaller game lane.
They still could.
Still
Right?
could, right? Yeah, maybe they are working on
I mean,
something
Returnal's not
smaller.
huge.
Yeah, and it's smaller team too, right? So even if they are
Yeah.
making a smaller game, it could still take a while. So yeah, I mean they could be ready to
Yeah,
go
give
here.
me another.
I wouldn't be
Give me another
surprised if it's
Housemarque game.
Returnal too. Honestly, the popularity of that game seemed to just rise over the years. The way you hear
Think
people
it's
talk about
sold
it
like
now, it's
only a
kind of
million though.
yeah. I'm sure it didn't sell super. I would never expect that to sell that well
Yeah.
though, right? But it seems like the way people talk about that now, people really love that game. So it's
Yeah.
I
I
wonder
think
if they just go for a Returnal too.
I think I'm in that same camp of like I wasn't cold on the game. I liked the game a lot. I thought the game played very well. A lot of my problems with that game were its rogue aspects to it. And I think over time that's another game that has like risen a little bit in my like for the game because I can like retrospectively like, oh, I really like that gameplay. The gameplay it felt
Yeah,
that
from the little I played of it, I only played like 2-3 hours of the game, but I loved the combat. The combat was great.
yeah.
That wasn't the problem with me. It was the roguelite elements
Yeah.
of it that
And
really
I
kind of
beat the
put me
game.
off. Yeah, I remember you telling us
um
about that
The
story on
twist.
one of the game.
Yeah.
The twist in the story on one of the game.
It
And that's how they're fucking awesome,
It won our moment.
Yeah, I didn't realize Housemarque had those kind of writing chops, It's that's pretty cool that they have that in their back pocket.
Yeah, I love a return. I honestly, I don't know if I want Returnal 2. But have a game that's in the Returnal vein, kind of how like they do their top-down like Alienation, Dead Nation, which I actually want to go and play all those. I have never really played a lot of that stuff.
Same type of game in a different genre.
Same type of game in a different way.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be a sci-fi based shooter, but be something different. I would prefer that than like a sequel to Returnal.
Sure.
Personally, like let them just do.
Maybe it is a Returnal 2, but it has like nothing to do with the last Returnal.
Same world or something.
Or like not even, but it's just like a very similar structure, and they just call it Returnal 2, but it's like in a fucking medieval fucking, I don't know, whatever, a fantasy type of thing or whatever,
Yeah, what would you call it?
I don't know.
So Returnal is returning eternally, so we have to add to it.
Okay. I don't know.
Returnal, the return of eternity.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Returnal returns.
Returnal returns.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's
there
a name
you go.
for a sequel.
Are there any other studios we're missing? It like even has a chance?
Yeah.
At all?
I mean, there's the Fire Sprite, who's they're supposed to be working on a horror game. Those are the rumors. So maybe that's somewhere ready to go. Don't know. Then obviously Firewalk's making Concord. You got Haven making what's it called? Fair Games.
Fair Games.
Yeah. Horrible name.
It's a very forgettable name.
With the money symbol, don't forget. Yeah, I'm sure we're forgetting a couple here, but yeah, those are the big ones, right? Gorilla, I don't imagine Horizon 3 is ready to go, but maybe the online game could be there.
Who is that supposed to be working with?
Maybe NCSoft, right? That's
right.
Yeah, making the MMO. Maybe that could be ready to go out there. There's the fucking remake rumors, right? From what, like a year and a half ago now?
I will blow my brains out.
Let's go, buddy. Oh, you're getting your Until Dawn remake.
Oh my god.
Get that. Can we remake Ragnarok? Isn't it time for that already?
I got an idea though.
2018.
What if that studio announces a new game though?
Which one?
Go back. What's the name of that studio? The studio that's doing the updated version of Until Dawn.
Oh,
what's that studio?
Moon something.
Yeah, something Moon.
Something Moon, half Moon, full Moon. I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna moon you.
Whatever. I don't know their moon name.
So whatever that studio is, it's a pretty big studio from what I remember.
Yeah.
What if they actually have a game that they're doing?
Yeah. Apparently that studio actually has a ton of supermassive ex supermassive devs working at it too. So it's like, okay. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of theories and rumors that they're making an Until Dawn 2 and that they're making this Until Dawn remake and that will lead into an Until Dawn 2. That'd be a very cool thing. And I think that'd be smart of PlayStation to try to get that out there. I know they probably don't sell as well. I don't think those games like sell like super spectacularly. Maybe not exactly what PlayStation's looking for, but I think that's a series to worth to keep going, right?
Or something in that vein. Keep that kind of like horror, cheesy horror, type of thing. People like that.
Yeah, keep my movie simulator games going,
Yeah, I love them. I love the Dark Pictures, even if they're not great games.
Me too.
Like I can recognize that they're not great games and love like every single one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think it's smart for those to keep going. I mean, they sell relatively well too, so it's just why not?
Yeah, especially if you kind of keep building off of like the engine and stuff like that.
Yeah,
seems like that they're updating an engine to do this remake or whatever they're going to call it. If they're doing a new engine for that, like kind of keep that going. Like, why would you rebuild something just to do
exactly?
Nothing
Yeah,
with
you're building all those assets in Unreal Engine 5. Why not?
Yeah, have that. Even if it's not Until Dawn, what if it's just in the vein, right?
Yeah,
but they probably want to keep that IP.
Right there with you. Plus, I think it just helps PlayStation diversify their portfolio. Right? Like it just, and that's what people have been complaining about for years. I think, you get that going in Until Dawn 2, the new Astrobot game, then you have the two shooters with Fair Games and Concord. It's like, okay,
Marathon.
there's Marathon. Those are like 5 different types of games that aren't your traditional AAA third person action games, right? And that really helps over time.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if maybe we'll get like more Bungie stuff, Marathon, and maybe them talking about
You'll certainly
that
get a Final Shape
DLC.
trailer.
Yeah, Final Shape. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what, June. So you're
Does it have a
certainly.
date? I forgot.
I think it's June something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not the Destiny
Okay.
guy anyway, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean you'll certainly get trailers for stuff like that. I guess
Yeah,
Stellar Blade will already be out at that time, so I wouldn't be
that's
expecting that.
true.
I wonder if any third party things will show up there. Maybe a new Resident Evil. You know, Capcom does like showing off their Resident Evils at these PlayStation events, so maybe a Resident Evil
I
5 remake
wonder.
or a Resident Evil 9. You know, I
I
could
think
see
nine's
that.
got to be next.
Yeah, 9's probably next. I'm kind of expecting 9 to be early 2025, that typical March April date that they like, that
I'm gonna
Capcom
say
seems like.
no. You know
Oh,
why?
Monster Hunter. Yeah,
I think Monster
sorry.
Hunter might be the one that's
Taking
here.
it from
Yep.
me.
Yeah, yeah, you take it right from. I was waiting for you to like, because I'm nope, it's not gonna be right there because that's gonna be Monster Hunter. Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds. That's what it's called, right? Wilds. I think that's gonna be probably end of January.
Yeah,
January 20th, whatever. That's gonna be.
Capcom loves that time too.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's where Monster Hunter World released. So, yeah, I think that's right where it's gonna be.
that's gonna be a huge seller for next year.
It's gonna be massive, dude.
Yeah.
That game's gonna be so big.
Yeah,
It might actually get me to play a Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I
I
never
don't
have
play
either.
the launch. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about anything else third party, so we will see. We will see.
Yeah, what maybe we'll get Little Devil in Me again.
Is that what is it called?
Or Little Devil Inside.
That was it. I was like a little devil in me.
Oh no, the other one was the
got a little devil in you, Daniel.
No, the Dark Pictures one. It's The Devil in Me.
Oh, that's
Remember, that's what it was called.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mixed both the games.
God, I hope not. I hope that game just like we wait another 4 years and then we get another teaser trailer saying, "Hey,
Oh
hey guys,
my
we're still working
God.
on it."
Oh my god.
That'd be funny. Funny. All right. Well, PlayStation Showcase sometime in May, probably end of May if I had to guess. That's typically when they. So, we will see. We will see.
Yeah.
Continuing on with the PlayStation news, then. According to Insider Gaming, the unannounced PS5 Pro will have a exclusive graphics mode similar to the PS4 Pro, but in order to label a game PS5 Pro Enhanced, PlayStation wants these requirements. Let me pull up the page.
How beefy is that PS5?
So beefy. I hope it's just two regular PS5s stacked on top of each other.
Like that's what they did with PS4 with the Slim and the Pro.
Do it again and make it the fucking giant.
It's already huge. What do you want with my PS5?
So the requirements will be PSSR to upscale resolution to 4K. The PSSR is like
we talked about that
mode. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit last week. A constant 60 frames per second, and add or increase ray tracing effects.
These constant 60
every
game.
Those are the requirements PlayStation would like to have for developers to be able to label their game PS5 Pro Enhanced.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, they want to hit that frame rate.
Yeah, at least this shows us at least what they're aiming for with PS5 Pro, right? And the games that will be enhanced on it. So yeah, there you go. I mean, I think all this sounds nice.
Me too. I think if depending on how I feel when it comes out, I may get a Pro and sell this one, or like maybe let Destiny use this one or something like that. I don't know, but like I'll think about it, especially if I can get most games at 60. I'm just sick of not having every game at 60. I really am already. It's ridiculous.
I mean, sadly, I don't even think with this thing, like it's gonna be quick, where the PS5 Pro will not be able to hold games at 60.
I think not.
I think it'll be pretty fucking quick. Like as soon as like 2025 fall games start coming out, like GTA 6, I think Digital Foundry even said like you're probably not getting this thing at 60 even on the Pro.
No.
I don't think we're playing GTA 6 at 60 this gen. At least not unless you're on. If they launch on PC this.
Can I have it be run? Can it be 720p in 60?
That what you want?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that. I still wouldn't want that. So yeah, I don't know. But I mean, all of these things sound very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be getting a Pro. I'll be getting that day one.
Yeah. You're gonna sell that?
Yeah, I'm
PS5?
gonna sell the other PS5.
Do that.
Hopefully, I can get like
Take some
$200
off.
Yeah, towards it. I'm assuming. I think we talked about it last week or whatever that we're assuming it's gonna be 600. So if I can get it down to 400, all right, that's still a lot of money now that I'm thinking about it. But it's like
GameStop, Best Buy might have a deal where you trade it in, get
Trade it
more off than you would normally get.
hit that 250 mark. That'd be nice.
For the resale?
For the resale, yeah, of the other PlayStation.
That sounds reasonable. I mean, I would hope more than that, especially it being a $500 console. But...
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to go like that 250 would be the most possible that I would expect, but really I should probably be expecting lower.
Yeah.
But I
Always
do
expect the
remember
worst.
I sold my PS4 to get a PS4 Pro to GameStop. I do remember getting like a good 200, I think. So
Yeah, that was a 3-year difference. This is gonna be a 4-year difference.
yeah, good
I
point.
don't know if that
But
matters.
PS5 is a little bit harder to get than PS4s were, so
Yeah,
maybe you could
that's
sell it a
true.
bit more there. I don't know. I would hope.
That's very true.
But yeah, I'll be getting that thing day one. All right then. Our last PlayStation news story. In a recent podcast interview, former PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan said that the PS2 has sold through 160 million consoles, about 5 million more than last reported from 2012. Daniel, 2012 was the last time we got PS2 numbers. So
Who's buying a PS2 in
here you go.
2012?
I don't know, but they sold 5 million of them somewhere. Probably some
Crazy.
Eastern European country.
Brazil, maybe.
Yeah, Brazil. Yeah, they are way behind, right?
Yeah, they always are.
Aren't they still rocking with Sega Genesis down there?
Jesus. Still buying.
They're like,
360?
Sega still stopped making consoles? What do you mean?
What?
What?
The Dreamcast isn't a success.
What are you guys talking about? Yeah, they're all like dressed up like Jet Set Radio characters down there. What's going on?
That's messed up. Yeah, so that's interesting. So now I guess the Switch is not going to come out. Switch Pro is not going to come out until 2026 now. Is that true?
What do you mean?
Because I got to hit that number, right? So
Oh,
you got to sell more.
yeah.
It's delayed again.
I think they still. So I guess that's the big conversation topic around this whole thing, right? Is it just like,
yeah,
you guys just kicked the bucket for Switch to hit that mile mark a little bit more now, right? So what were they at? 139 million, right, for Nintendo last time they updated
I forget
us?
the last number.
Yeah, I think we could just assume it's 140 million. And now, I
sounds
mean, there's certainly
right.
they sold a million Switches over the last however many months. But so let's just say 140 million. They got 20 million more to catch up. Switch 2 seeming like it's coming out 2025. That's certainly going to slow it down. But like, man, if you just knock down the price to like dirt cheap on the regular Nintendo Switch after Switch 2 comes out, you know, like I'm talking, you make the Lite cost like $100, you know, yeah, 150 even. You know, I think you'll hit another 20 million.
I think 150 should be what the Lite costs.
Yeah, it might take a little while to get there still, but I think eventually they'll probably hit it.
Oh yeah, especially if they combine like the Pro or the 2, they combine all that and they keep it. It's just the Switch,
that
right?
won't even be a competition. Though.
Boom. It's not even. Yeah. It's,
well,
it's
then
over.
no one will ever catch up to that number.
No,
like ever.
I already don't think anyone will.
Yeah, it's because like then it would if you combined whatever the next Nintendo console is with this one, that I mean it would be well over 200 million, right?
It did that with the DS and all the Game Boys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean handhelds, right? So it's
yeah,
it's a cheap move. Cheap move.
It's a cheap move, but they did it. They did it.
I don't get why. Like, are they allowed? Like, I don't know. On PlayStation, I'm like, hey, you know what? PS4s and PS5s actually the same number. You know?
Yeah, we're
sorry
gonna
guys.
them.
Sorry
guys.
guys.
We're number one.
Xbox is like all of ours are actually the same number. We're actually doing very well. Thank you.
Very successful.
Yeah. So
it's like a Donald Trump move. Right?
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. I wish I could do a good Donald Trump impression. I'm sorry, people. There'd be comedy in this show if I could. But yeah, so you know, I don't know. It depends. What is Nintendo gonna call the next Switch? Right? I think that's really what it is. If it's Switch 2, if it's a
Switch
straight up
baby.
called Switch 2, you can't combine the numbers. Yeah. Then you know that's way too.
Super Switch.
Someone's got to keep an eye on that. Then yeah, if it is Super Switch, that would be very cool. That's what I hope.
Mm-hmm. I think Switch
cool
Pro
name.
is the base, right?
Yeah.
I think Super cooler because it's like,
Just
we're
sounds
harkening
cool.
back to the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
Maybe even get Joy-Cons that have like that color scheme.
The only thing with that is, do they worry about confusing people then? Right? Are
No,
they
you
then
just market it as a Pro? You keep especially if it's all one gen. Still.
Yeah, but are they scared of what happened with Wii and Wii U? You know.
I'd say no because the Switch is so successful already.
Yeah, I know, but like, are they just worried about people being confused and thinking that's just an attachment for the Switch? Then
I would say again no, because I think that console is only going to be targeted to us.
The next Nintendo console,
mm-hmm.
Really?
At least right away. Oh yeah, at least right away, it's gonna be targeted to the hardcore people. The Switch is already selling way too good. Like, they don't need like another.
I think if you're right, if it's called the Super Switch, if it's called Switch 2, no, that's targeted
No,
towards.
yes,
That's
for sure. If it's
mass
Pro
audiences.
or Super,
yeah,
then yes.
yeah.
If it's 2, then you're right. That is targeting everyone again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll find out soon. Maybe, I don't know. Probably fall when they announce the next console, I guess.
Yeah. When was the Switch? Was it October?
When it was like
and then they did that January thing.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
It's like September, October, and then they did that thing in January, that like direct, and then it came out in March or February, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, hopefully we find out somewhat soon.
It's funny, we just talked about the PS2 and then went to Switch immediately.
It's like, it's not that interesting. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
PS2 sold 5 million.
Yeah.
Congrats. Okay, a DVD player, man.
That's what people use it for.
Yeah. All right, our next news story. Due to Daniel speaking it into existence, Ubisoft has laid off 45 employees from its publishing division. Daniel, why did you do this? Why did you do this? I just thought last week you're on here like the only one that hasn't laid off people is Ubisoft this far, you know? And now look what you did. This is on you.
Blame me.
This is on you, okay? You're in timeout.
I caused layoffs, is that what you're saying?
You have to support all 45 of these people and their families. Right.
Googling how do you file for bankruptcy?
You just shouted out the window like The Office.
Oh yeah, I filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah,
I love Michael Scott. Yeah.
All right. Well, Daniel, here it is. Ubisoft has laid off people. Not that many. But I mean, I don't want to downplay it. Yeah, it's so far, right? And this is only from their publishing division, so you know, take that for what it is. Yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks.
2024 year of layoffs.
I knew it was going to happen. I just there was no way it wasn't going to happen. And look when that was. Whatever day that was last week. That was end of March, right before the fiscal year ends.
Yeah,
of course it was. But now we're in the new fiscal year. Now every company's probably reevaluating, and potentially more layoffs.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. So again, we've been talking about layoffs all year. Very disappointing to see.
I mean, we're not going to stop.
Yeah.
We're not going to. It's going to keep going all year.
Can't imagine it will stop. So, all right. Next up, then, Embracer CEO Lars Wingfors. Winnie.
I think that's about right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I think the first one.
What a stupid name, Lars. Who the fuck names a kid Lars?
Who do you think? Who does this guy think he is?
Lars. What the fuck? Anyways, he says the group is not planning to sell any more of its studios or other assets now that the restructuring program is over. It's over, Daniel. We've restructured Embracer Group.
Sure,
everything's fine.
is.
Everything's fine, Daniel. Okay.
I'm sure
Everybody
it is,
relax.
buddy.
It's fine. Embracer Group, very successful. Trust me.
We're not going to buy anything right away. That's what he says.
It's over. Restructuring program, success. It's over.
We're not looking to buy yet, but you know, we're done restructuring.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
They buy back Gearbox for like, you know, $2 billion this time.
Oh my God.
I
want to throw in here as well. I put in the story, I think yesterday or the day before. I forget his name, but the head of Saber did an interview. I think it was with Games Industry. He basically said, like, this is his interpretation of everything that's happened from his perspective at being owned by Embracer, was that he said that $2 billion plan was not the problem, it falling through. Basically, he said that the Embracer Group themselves have backed everyone into a corner already, and I guess the $2 billion deal was the thing that broke the camel's back for Lars and all of them, but he said that it was not that. They were already kind of backed into a corner.
Great.
So he made it seem like this was going to happen at least a little bit anyways before that deal went through or didn't go through.
That was just the cherry on top. Saudi Arabia backing out of the deal. Okay. Great. I'm sure you're doing swell, Lars. This Lars guy is gotta be stressed.
This man's running a company.
This dude, insane. Oh my God. Give this man a vacation.
No, he doesn't need one. Look what he's doing.
He needs to go away.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. Yeah.
Lars. Just I don't know.
You just love this guy's
Lars.
name, don't you?
Lars.
Isn't that a technical
I just couldn't imagine having a kid and being like, let's name it Lars. Like
It.
yeah, let's name him Lars.
There's a Tekken character I think called Lars, isn't there?
I mean, that makes sense for a Tekken character with how ridiculous those names are. Like, I could see a Kingdom Hearts character being named Lars.
What's his
Like a real actual child, you're gonna name
what's
him
his nobody
Lars.
name?
It'd be like Car XL. I don't know. Something stupid. You don't even need one because Lars is already stupid enough.
You gotta put, yeah, but you gotta put the X like somewhere.
Lars X. That's it. That's how lazy they were with the nobody team. All 13 nobodies got together and like, okay, what do we name Lars, guys? Just leave it Lars and put an X at the end. Fuck them. We're not giving them any screen time anyway.
It's silent. The X is silent.
This is Kingdom Hearts. We have like 3 hours worth of cutscenes every 20 minutes, but Lars is only gonna be in fucking 5 seconds of it. All right. Next we got some more Ubisoft news. Insider Gaming is reporting that Ubisoft will be releasing another Prince of Persia game, this time in early access sometime this year. Being developed by the developers of Dead Cells. The game is called The Rogue of Persia and is apparently a roguelite that will receive constant updates through community feedback. Daniel, another Prince of Persia game. It's going to be coming out this year in early access.
I like the idea of a roguelite Prince of Persia, especially with the Dead Cells people. They make. I didn't play as much Dead Cells as I wanted to. That's a game I should go back to. But that game played really well. So having that with like a flair of Prince of Persia, the Prince of Persia vibe and style, that sounds really cool. I don't like the name. It's a very bad name. Just call it Prince of Persia. Yeah, call it Prince of Persia Rogue. That's much better than Rogue of Prince of Persia or whatever. That's a bad name. Yeah, that threw me off, just that stupid name. But yeah, I think that this dev, they had to have been working on something. They've been supporting Dead Cells for years.
Didn't so many DLCs. There was like a Castlevania DLC, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a big one. Okay. Yeah.
And that was
it was like Return to Castlevania. Yeah. It was a couple years ago.
So Dead Cells has just had a bunch of other DLCs too.
Yeah, just DLC.
Gotcha.
They've been supporting it a lot. I'm excited to see what this game is. I don't know if I like early access, but that means they're probably taking a Hades type of the book from Hades, go in early access for a while, refine the game, then put it out.
Yeah, I also don't like the early access, but it does seem like all these games that go into early access, all these single player games specifically that go into early access, they come out when they actually come out and release the 1.0 version. It seems like they're all bangers just because the community has helped to build that throughout the time, right? Like you look at Baldur's Gate 3, right?
Baldur's Gate,
yeah.
Both Darkest Dungeons have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game's going to do that. It seems like it could be a winning success. You're kind of getting feedback as you're developing. That just makes you make a better game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So especially getting mass feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It seems really beneficial to those type of games. And like for people like me, I'll just wait until the full thing.
Yeah. Like same with Hades 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait. I'm not playing Hades 2 early access.
Yeah.
But I'm going to play Hades 2 when it comes out.
Yeah.
And this too, I'm excited because I liked Cursed Crown a lot. I think that was what it was called. Lost Crown. I like Lost Crown a lot. It's a great video game, great Metroidvania. So it seems like Ubisoft is trying to get this IP back into the limelight, and they're starting small, and that's kind of how they should do it, right? They don't need a big Prince of Persia game yet. They can build to that. So they're doing a Metroidvania. Now they're going to do like a roguelite, like probably a Dead Cells like roguelite. Yeah, and then maybe in the next few years, work with they're working with a lot of companies. I don't know who they would work with to make Prince of Persia game because it's not going to be Ubisoft Montreal and all that. They're going to keep doing Assassin's Creed, but they're going to work with somebody to do that and make a big time, bring back that old school vibe of Prince of Persia.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea to me. Not necessarily the type of game I'd be super into, but man, where's the sequel to the Jake Gyllenhaal movie? Prince of Persia. We getting that going, Ubisoft?
Yeah, what's Jake doing?
What's Jake doing? He ain't busy, you know? That Roadhouse movie was fucking terrible, so it's like...
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it was fucking horrible, man. Oh my God.
Was it really? Was he fun? I like Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, he was the worst part.
No
His character was just so
way.
boring. Conor McGregor was fun. Conor McGregor was way more fun than Jake.
Really?
I've never seen a movie
How?
have like every element to be just like a fun movie. It could never
Yeah.
have been a great movie, but like there were so many elements in there where I'm like, oh, you could make a really fun movie out of this, and they just dropped the fucking ball. First like 25, 30 minutes of that movie were really fun, and I was like, oh, okay, this is great. And then it just goes downhill, and then I'm like, this is fucking
So
boring
when
now.
he gets to being the guard.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Like before that, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm super into this. And then yeah, as the movie just kept going, I'm like, this is fucking horrible. And
I
Conor
can't believe you
McGregor
say
came
that
in and
about
he was just
Jake.
Conor
That
McGregor, and I'm
sucks.
like, all right, that's fucking cool. But
I would have assumed he would just be. They only get him to be Connor, you know.
yeah,
Like
it was hilarious. A lot of Conor McGregor ass in that movie. A lot of
what?
ass. He's
Naked? Was
naked
he
a
just?
lot. I
Oh
don't
my
know why. I
god.
don't know why they got Conor McGregor in there, and they were like, hey, get naked, strip down for us, McGregor.
That's
He's like,
crazy.
it was the Nickelodeon guy. He was actually the producer for
Oh
the
my
movie.
god, Dan Schneider.
Yeah, Dan Schneider. And Schneider was like, I'm gonna need you to strip down for us, McGregor.
Let me see your feet.
I've always wanted to get a UFC champion naked.
Oh my god.
Let me see your feet. Have you seen the thing with him and when P. Diddy was on all that?
No, I don't know.
And they pour a bunch of white
no,
goo all over the kids. You didn't see this
no.
thing?
This is not a thing. This is not real.
It's so funny with the revisionist, with not revision, with the going
Looking
back and
back.
looking at the history.
This is not. That's
of
not
all
real.
that.
That's not real.
Yeah.
It is
Oh,
not
it's real.
white slime.
That's a
No
real
way.
thing. That's a real thing.
Oh my god.
We didn't know. We didn't know. I was yelling at my mom the other day for letting me watch that as a kid. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you? What were you thinking? You know? Did you not watch what your child was watching? You know? Did you not take
No,
a closer
I
eye
guess
here?
not.
You know? Look how fucked up I am now.
you did this.
This I just cried watching Drake Bell pour his heart out in that fucking interview already. This is your fault.
It's the Drake. See, I have not looked too much into a lot of this stuff. The Drake stuff is.
Did you
interesting
not
'cause
watch the
it's like,
documentary?
no,
Oh, I watched it.
I don't know if I want to, but
Yeah.
like the Drake stuff is interesting because it's like he's not even a good person. It's like not that he should this should have happened to him, but it's like, man, you came out of it and you just went right into it. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, man, you suck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you, but you suck too. So
Yeah, it doesn't give you the right to also be a shitty person now.
yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate.
like I'm sorry
But,
your life went that way, but
you know, yeah, it's just, I mean, they fucked them up as a kid, right?
yeah,
You know, so I mean, you raise kids in fucked up situations. It makes fucked up people.
yeah.
Unfortunate. Yeah, that
Yeah, I saw
documentary
that.
very sad.
Like, yeah, the stuff with Keenan came and said some stuff, and like maybe did Josh say anything?
No,
Has he been
he
quiet?
like showed his support for Drake, but he didn't like have a story or anything to tell. Seemed like he had
You know
a
what
decent
Keenan said?
experience. No, I didn't actually see that.
Okay.
Wasn't
Yeah,
a
so
lot of
he's-
like the
is he
bigger
not in?
names in the documentary.
Oh,
no.
I was gonna
like the
say,
biggest
no.
name in that documentary is Drake.
Not Amanda.
No, like none of them are in it. No.
Really? Because the
Yeah.
Amanda stuff is dark.
Yeah,
apparently.
no.
I
Yeah,
don't
that
know a
stuff's
ton
really
of it.
dark. I mean, there's a lot of dark stuff around iCarly, but
Really?
none of them appear in it either.
Was it about any of them that's dark or?
Yeah, with what's the friend's name in iCarly?
Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah, that's the actress. Yeah, there's some stuff with her that's pretty dark.
That was way past my time with that show too. So
With iCarly, you didn't watch iCarly, really?
nah, I've seen like an episode, but like I was in high school, I think.
Really? I
Yeah.
feel like we were a bit younger than that. I guess you're a year older than me, but
No, I'm a couple years. I'm 30.
I'm 29.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you were like 28.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's that. It was a good documentary. I'd recommend it.
Okay.
It's interesting.
How many, is it
Like
episodic or is it a movie?
no, it's like a 4-episode miniseries type thing.
Like hour episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right around there.
That's on Max, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might watch it. You recommend? Is it gonna really upset me?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, don't go into it with like I can't wait to watch this type of mindset. You know, you're not gonna be happy watching it.
Maybe I'll wait. I'll watch.
Yeah, wait
this
till
with
you're in the
Destiny.
mood, I guess.
I think I'll just watch this with Destiny.
Yeah.
She might watch this too.
Be a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. What were our other news stories here? Next up, RGG Studio has announced that they are already casting for the next Like a Dragon game. They also said the
Let's go,
game is
baby.
not a remake of Yakuza 3, but they do see themselves making a remake of Yakuza 3 in the future.
Nah, let's move on.
Mm,
We
Not the
don't
way.
need it. It's too late. It's too late.
Not the way.
We have access to 3, 4, and 5. You know, like the problem was that 1 and 2 didn't have easy access. They were PS2 games,
Right.
right? Like the other ones were put into a collection and kind of remastered a bit, you know, and they're accessible now. Who cares? We need to move forward, you know. We don't need these games to have remakes. Would it be cool to have a Kiwami 3, Kiwami 4, and Kiwami 5, and then everything be kind of more unified at that point? Yeah, that'd be great. Do I want that? Not really. Would I play it? Probably, but I
Yeah,
don't want that.
isn't 3, 4, and 5 already like the HD versions of them
Yes,
anyways or whatever? So, yeah, it's a little unnecessary.
they still feel dated. They're the most dated feeling ones, but it's not necessary.
So what is 3? 3 must be a very early PS3 game.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, they're all PS3 games. I think 5 came out in 2012, I think,
Okay.
or 2011,
So pretty
2012.
late PS3, yeah.
Yeah, those are kind of in that PS3 era. Yeah, I don't think any of those need remakes, so it doesn't surprise me that they're not doing it right now. The fact that they said they're thinking about it and maybe they might, I guess it makes sense. Maybe they can make money that way. This studio works real quick. I just would like that other half of them to work on something else. Give me another spin-off game that we keep talking about, a new Judgment game, anything, you know, like
I think the reason you'll get it is because they really seem to like their yearly releases with this franchise,
yeah.
or at least like, they even did 2 last year, so, and I think they missed the year before, so I think that one just kind of got delayed out of 2022 or whatever, the Ishin one.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think they just really like their yearly releases of this game, and I think,
Give me Dead Cells or Dead Souls. Give me Dead Souls first.
yeah, the zombie spinoff, yeah, get that
Yeah,
over.
give me that
That
first.
never even released in the West, right?
No, it
Yeah.
did not.
So
Yeah.
I think honestly, I think if I had to bet, that'll be the next thing you get out
Yeah.
of this franchise is a
Yeah, we're not going to get 9 next year. So
whatever
I would say
semi
9's.
remake, whatever Ishin was, right? Semi remake of the zombie one. Yeah, I think that'll probably be released maybe early
Next year.
2025. Yeah, I could see that.
And then 9 come out maybe 2026.
Are they that quick typically?
Oh, yeah.
When was Like a Dragon?
2021.
Okay, so and
Or
it
no,
came out
2020. No, it was
2020.
2020.
Oh, okay.
And then 2021 was Lost
Well,
Judgment.
then I can't imagine 9 is 26. That quick?
Yeah, but they did Lost Judgment.
So maybe you get another one of those in 2026.
Hmm. Yeah, they went 7 was in 2020, Lost Judgment. 2022 was Nothing. 2023 was Ishin and Gaiden.
Yeah.
And then this year we're starting with
8.
8.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
If
put
it's
out
that
8 a
pattern
lot.
again, then no, I don't see 9 being 2026, right? That'd be
But if
like
they're not making a
27
big
and
game right
beyond.
away,
Yeah,
why?
it depends. If I had to guess, I think you'll get that zombie game next year,
Mhm.
and then the year after that will be Lost Judgment, and then maybe the year after that will be 9.
What if they put out or a spin-off? We'll just say spin-off because who knows if it's Judgment. What if they put out Dead Souls and spin-off next year, and then 2026 is Judgment?
Sure. Do they do
8 and
another
9.
smaller type one, like the man who erased his name or whatever it was?
That could be,
Do you do
yeah,
another one of those?
yeah. That could be the Majima game.
That'd be cool. Yeah, keep the beat 'em up going. Let's get a third genre going. We got turn based, we got beat 'em up. Let's get another one going.
Yeah, what would it be?
I don't know, but like let's get it going. give me a
Yeah.
give me a rhythm game.
I mean, they already have it in the
That's
games.
true. That's true.
They already do that. What about RTG doing a fighting game?
Ooh, that'd be cool with the Yakuza characters. That's fun. That'd be very fun.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, what can you do with a large roster of people?
Yeah. You could do a fighting game.
A MOBA. Maybe they can make a MOBA fun. They kind of did that already. I forget which game it was. Was it Kiwami 2 maybe? It was like defend. It was kind of like a top-down defending type of thing. So maybe you could do like a top-down MOBA or something like that, or like some sort of like
That'd be cool.
game like that. What about a card
Make it
game?
compatible on phones too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a card game.
That'd be
You know?
fun. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I could see something like that. Maybe a smaller type of thing in this universe to also run on phones, put it everywhere, make it on Switch, PC, phones, all that.
Yeah, the series is only getting bigger as we keep going, right?
Yeah, I wonder if they do ever try to dive into the online realm with this game or series, you know.
Like an MMO or
Yeah,
something.
MMO, something like that, you know, some sort of live service game
Co-op.
just to keep it going in between major releases.
What about Helldivers meets the Like a Dragon series?
Ooh, well,
Not necessarily like a shooter like that, but like you're doing co-op like missions based
yeah, running around
stuff.
fighting people with your
Yeah.
friends. Yeah, it's already got like a party-based system, right? So
Hmm.
you know, why not add online components? Let everyone play as all these characters, run around, just do fun beat 'em up things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Warriors game. You ever play the Warriors game?
No, but
I
I
bring this
know
game
about
up
it.
all the
Yeah.
time. I love this
Yeah.
game.
I know you
It's
must really like have deep memories of the Warriors
I do,
game.
yeah. Something about that movie in that game. I don't know what it was. In like the third grade, me and my friends were obsessed with that movie for no reason. And we like made our own gang and we like went around the playground trying to recruit people.
Oh my god,
We were some
you're beating
fucked up
kids up.
third graders. Now I'm looking back at it. Yeah, could be like that. I don't know. There's so many fun things you can do with the Like a Dragon series, right?
Oh yeah, and this studio loves to experiment. So they are a studio that is not happy with just sitting and doing the same thing, which is kind of funny because people, I think from the outside you would think that they do, because it's like, oh, they're using Kamurocho again, they're using Sultan Bori's map again, they're using Yokohama again, right? It's like they're kind of using the same map, but that, I think that's just them being smart so that they could like do other things on the side,
Make
you
them
know.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I got into the series and before they switched to making turn-based ones with like a dragon, that's what I thought from the outside looking in. It was just like these things just literally look like the same thing over and over again. You know, obviously different stories and whatnot, but just like every time I saw gameplay of it, it just looked like the same setting and the same guy and same run around. And I couldn't even really tell the difference between what I'm looking at between Yakuza 3 and 4 and all that, right? So yeah, I mean they've done a good job of diversifying the entire series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait to see what they're doing next.
Hype for 9. Let's go.
Dude, let's go, baby. I'm so happy this series keeps getting more successful.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. All right, our last news story then. Click in here. The co-founder and Hellblade developer over at Ninja Theory and the creative director as well has left the Xbox studio. Let's see here.
Yeah, I forget his exact name. He has an interesting name.
Boy,
I'm
am I
gonna let
gonna
you
have to
try.
read it? Oh God, please don't. Let me try to find it.
You want me to even look too?
Yeah, I'm clicking in on this thing here. Sorry, people, we didn't get a write up on this
But
one.
his name
This
is
is
there. His
hot off
name
the press.
is
Oh,
Tamim.
that's his name. Oh my
Yes.
God. You know,
His
I
name
read
is
that as team for in the
no,
first part.
no. His name
Tamim
is, yeah.
Antonadis.
I think it's Antonitis.
Antonitis. I was close.
Yeah.
I was close.
Yeah. I think it's Tamim Antonitis. Which is the guy, if you remember, he hasn't been doing a lot with I guess this makes more sense now looking at like how they've been doing Hellblade 2 compared to Hellblade 1. If you remember Hellblade 1, he was out there a lot talking
Was he?
about this
Okay.
game. Yeah. He was a lot in a lot of the pre game stuff, like on all the marketing. Talking about it being a little more independent and stuff like that. So the fact that he hasn't been out there right now, I think people would just assumed he kind of didn't want to, but now it seemed like, oh, maybe he was just, this is kind of his, like, I'm going to put in quotes, magnum opus of the studio, do it and then I'm out, which it kind of, it's interesting. You know, he's been there. He was a co-founder when it had a different name. I've talked about this being a different name because a game I loved in the original Xbox, Kung Fu Chaos, was that studio, but they were under a different name before Ninja Theory. I can't remember their name. So he's been there that whole time. So maybe he's just like, I've been there for over 20 years and, you know, I'm ready to kind of move on. That's a long time to be at a studio. And I have faith in this studio. I don't think this studio's just him, you know, so.
No, certainly not. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but game directors aren't as big and as important as movie directors, right? Like a movie director leaves a project, you know, like they announced what's his name, the Dune director, Denis whatever, I
Denis
can never.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, that guy. If they announced like he wasn't directing Dune Part 3, chaos in the streets.
What's
you
the
know,
point? Yeah.
yeah, it's like, all right, don't even fucking make it then. But with like a direct, and then if Ninja Theory announced they're making Hellblade 3, not
Without him.
without him, yeah, not as big of a deal, right? So it's not that important, but still a very important role.
Yeah,
I don't wanna
co-founder.
downplay it, right? Yeah, co-founder too. Certainly set up the structure of that studio and the type of games they make and all that. So, yeah, unfortunate to see, I guess, but
yeah, he's another one. See what he does, right?
Finished Hellblade 2, seems like he worked through that with the team. It's certainly just at the polishing stage now, so he doesn't need to be there. And yeah, it seems like this would be a swan song for the studio at least.
For him and the studio, yeah. And I'm gonna keep my eye out for his name as soon as I see. He probably made a lot of money off the acquisition, and he's gonna be another one that we will see. What they're doing. Like he's probably gonna be joining someone or starting a new studio. I guarantee you.
Yeah, yet another one.
and what's who is that? DJ Khaled, another one.
Yeah.
Another one. Another one.
Yeah, I know. Hellblade 2 previews came out today, I think, and seems to be glowing. Seems to be very positive.
I haven't looked too hard.
Yeah, I haven't either. I just kind of read like bullet points on. I think Shinobi did a post like that, and a couple other people. So it seems to be glowing previews though. It seems to be like the game's shaping up very well. Me too, man. It's like kind of my most anticipated game with a release date right now. So
yeah, is that May or is that April?
It's May. Yeah, it's like the end of May. Okay. I actually don't know the date off the top of my head, but I know it's like end of May. So I'm very excited for that game. Yeah. And
are you playing Stellar Blade?
Yeah, I'm gonna play Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade's interesting. It's like you're getting a lot of hype right now. I think a lot of people were very impressed by the demo. I don't think that game's gonna come out and be like a Game of the Year contender or anything. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I don't think it's gonna be like this.
If Devil May Cry 5 wasn't, this is not going to be.
Wasn't Devil May Cry though?
No.
I guess it depends who you ask. I'm not talking like the Game Awards, but Devil May Cry certainly the 5 was certainly like a Game of the Year contender. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't just mean Game Awards. I just mean like I think Stellar Blade's gonna come out.
Will this
and
be
like
in my top 10?
Stellar Blade? Maybe it kind of depends on how the year shakes out, right? Plus, you very much like these type of games.
Yes,
yeah, so I could see it being in your top 10, maybe not my top 10. But like I could see Stellar Blade coming out and being a game where I play for like a couple hours and I'm like, yeah, I'm not that into it and drop it.
What about easy and beat it?
Easy and beat? What do you mean? Like, is the game
put
easy?
It on easy and then you beat it.
Oh.
Could that be a game you do just to see the story and stuff?
I want to do that if I'm into the game. I would just keep it on normal. But yeah, I don't know. Or I just think Stellar Blade is gonna come out and be like an 8, good game. Yeah, we're all.
That's where you think it's at. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be like this. Or I could be wrong. I don't know. A lot of people really like the demo. So
what about the big booty Korean lady?
No, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to check out. I'm excited to play it. I just don't think that game's gonna come out and fucking light the world on fire.
Yeah, but how many points does the big booty Korean lady add to the game's?
A couple. You're right. If it's an 8, but you got that lady 10 now, so
it's at least
at least an 11. So you know what? Game of the year already. We're done.
You know what? We're
done. I'm completely
take it all back.
Yeah, take it back. Take it back.
Game of the year. It's the GOAT for the year.
But yeah, so yeah, I am very excited for Stellar Blade, but I'm way more excited. Hellblade 2 is the game.
Hellblade looks so good.
Yeah, it's the only game with a date at the moment where I'm just like chomping at the bit for it.
Yeah, what are they saying? Like the visuals and like combat. Are you seeing like much of that in the previews yet?
A little bit. I mean, they said it. Kind of what the developers talked about in the Xbox Direct from January. That it feels much more heavy, much more intense, and stuff like that. But combat is vastly similar. One thing I didn't like was that the puzzles are apparently very similar to the last one. And the puzzles were a little iffy on that. They were okay, but they were like also just like kind of stupid at the same time.
I didn't need them to be crazy though.
No, I didn't either. But like, if they're not going to be good, maybe don't put them in the game. Yeah. I would just hope the puzzles are better here. One thing that is unfortunate as well, it is 30 frames. That is confirmed. Yeah. I mean that sucks, but I'm just expecting it at this point, especially with how good that game looks visually.
Yeah, but I'd rather it look a little worse and play at 16.
Me too. I'm with you. But yeah, so gonna come out at 30. I'm okay with. I mean, I can get used to 30 again. Did it for Tears of the Kingdom. Did it for some other things. Jedi Survivor. I played at 30. So You can get used to it. It just kind of sucks, especially initially when you first turn on the game and you were just playing some other game at 60. It is very noticeable. Then I see people arguing online that like it's not that big a deal, dude. When you switch from 60 to 30 in any game, it is very
Jarring.
noticeable at first. Yeah, you're just like, what the fuck is this? You know, like it
Yeah,
is
you
so
literally feel
slow.
like you're in mud.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It really, you feel so heavy, and yeah, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all.
It's
But
tough.
I'm gonna play this game. I want to play it. I've been excited for this game for a long time.
Me too.
I've been wanting a sequel for a game for the. Actually, I didn't really know when I beat Hellblade 1 that I wanted a sequel, but
I
I
never thought we'd get one. That was the thing
yeah.
with Hellblade 2 is like I never thought that was a game that would get a sequel at some point.
Hmm.
When it did, it's just like very surprising, very cool. It's always cool when that kind of stuff happens. When it's something you were never
Like, yeah.
expecting
Oh, a
another
sequel.
installment for, you're like, well, wow, another one. I thought more of like a spiritual successor at some point, but like not a straight up full blown sequel where we're seeing cinema again and stuff.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited. Just a couple months away.
Me too. Me too. And then I'm hoping we get a release date for Star Wars Outlaws soon. That's getting rated all over the place in like Brazil and Korea
There
and all that
there's a Ubisoft Forward
in
in
June.
June, so
Yeah,
we'll probably get
I
it
would almost
there.
expect to have the release date before that. You know, because I kind of think there was what was it? I think on Defining Duke they were talking about how all the Ubisoft games that get rated in Korea come out 3 to 4 months after. So like they went back and looked at all the Ubisoft titles that got when they got rated in Korea and when they came out, and that got rated in Korea last month in March. So I could see that game coming out July, August. You know, and I don't know if they hold a release
That
date
would
all the
be.
way till June for that.
I mean, you might as well if the Forward's in early June. You might
Yeah,
as
I
well.
don't know. Do you want to build hype
It's
a
Star
little
Wars
bit?
though.
Yeah, good point. Good point. By the way, speaking of stars, did you see the Tales of the Empire trailer?
No, I'm so behind in all my Star Wars stuff. What is this? What is it?
Well, you remember Tales of the Jedi, where it was just it was like
Oh,
shorter episodes,
the
made by
spin-off
Dave Filoni.
stories.
Yeah, spin-off stories, and it just told different time periods of different Star Wars characters. This is Tales of the
So
Empire,
that was
so
like
it's like
non-canon, right?
no, that is canon. That was
Oh, that Tales is canon. I thought it
Tales
was
is canon.
non-canon stuff.
No, Tales is canon. Yeah,
Oh,
very cool.
okay.
You should check out Tales, man. There's a Count Dooku and Qui-Gon Jinn episode of like their
Oof.
past. Very good, very good. There's an Ahsoka episode in there too, but this one,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
it's got a General Grievous episode. It's got a
Ooh.
Grand Inquisitor episode, and I don't know what the third one is yet. I kind of
I
don't want
saw
to.
Thrawn.
Oh, I think it is Thrawn. I think it's Thrawn, General Grievous, and Grand Inquisitor are the
Yeah.
focuses there. Yeah, sounds fucking dope.
Man, I'm so behind on my Star Wars. I need to catch up.
Love Star Wars, man. Where's Ahsoka
Yeah.
season 2? We need it.
I need to watch one.
Oh, dude,
I know. I'm so behind.
what are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
Too much.
Quit your job.
Please,
Quit your job.
please. That'd be ideal.
All right, then that will do it for the news stories of the week. We're now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, I've been very busy at work this week, so I haven't had a lot of time to play games. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to check out Open Roads.
You did or didn't?
I did not. I did not.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know you did. So please tell me about
I
it.
did. So yeah, it's I played and beat Open Roads. It is the I guess I guess you could say it's what's the name of that studio?
That made it.
Yeah,
Fulbright.
Fulbright.
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's Fulbright, but it's not because when you see the thing, it only says the Open Roads development team
Hmm.
because
Did
of
they
the
change
stuff
their
with
name?
it's the stuff with Steve Gaynor and all of that.
Oh yeah. What happened there exactly? I
I
can't remember.
he just like was I guess a tough boss to work with.
Oh, he's
I
just
don't
a
know.
shitty boss type of thing. Okay.
And they kind of like he left or something, and then they haven't renamed. I don't think
Gotcha.
stuff like that. So they finished without him. It is a similar-ish game to Gone Home, and Tacoma has definitely more going on than both of them. There's definitely like the rewind feature and stuff in Tacoma. There's a lot more there, but this definitely has a little bit more like Gone Homey vibes than some other walking sims. Like you're not really doing that much, but it's visually different. So it's set in like a 3D world, but like the character models are like this like hand drawn 2D look. And I actually like the hand drawn 2D look way more than the 3D vibe of the world. I actually don't like the double thing. I kind of wish they would just go the hand drawn for like a 3D thing.
Is
The
it
fact
almost
that
like
it's
jarring when
a
you're looking at
little,
it? A little, yeah.
just a
That
little,
sounds
like
it sounds weird the way you're describing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's when you go into like a dialogue conversation, and it'll pop up. Oh, here's Opal and Tess, and they're like talking,
Mm-hmm.
and they're in their 2D form, but then like the world is 3D. It's a little jarring. But I like the game. I like it a lot. I think it's a really good game. It's a good follow up to Gone Home, but it's definitely a step down from Gone Home and Tacoma. I like this less than both of those games, but I do like this game. I think it's if you like that type of game, it is short. It's like 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours at the most, depending on how much stuff you interact with and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the voice acting's pretty good. You have
Carrie Russell,
Caitlin.
right?
Yeah, Carrie Russell plays the mom.
Yeah.
You have who's great. She's always great. And then you have Caitlin Devers, who's going to be Abby in The Last of
Oh,
Us
really? I didn't know
2.
she was
She
in that.
plays
Yeah.
the main. She's the girl, Tess.
Oh, that's cool. I like how
Yeah, it's
into
pretty-
video games she seems to be, or at least
Yeah,
the voice
that's
acting in them, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she plays the daughter, the main character. And it's just kind of like a little story of like grief and abandonment and a mother daughter relationship. There's the dad is talked about. You kind of like talk with the dad. It's about her friend as well. Like I kind of wanted a little bit more from the story. It is pretty short in like that. I wanted more impactful moments and more from the story. It is a very kind of short, and I just wanted them to explore a little bit more there with these characters, and maybe they'll do that with like a sequel. I don't know. They set up a few things, but like they could just kind of leave it where it is, and you kind of like got just a snippet of these people's lives.
Doesn't really hit
Um,
those like high impact emotional beats that you would want.
yes, like
Yeah.
I think Gone Home hits higher emotional beats
Sure.
than this. This is a little more toned down, a little more relatable, I would say.
Okay.
Like you get
That
pretty
was always
direct.
my problem with Gone Home is I just couldn't relate to it that much, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Gone Home is a better game, but I think that maybe you can
Gone
relate to
Home
these
was like very
characters.
understanding from the emotional aspect. For me, it
Yeah,
was just always hard to relate to a little bit. And
yeah. I'd be
especially
curious what you
considering
think
because
of
when I booted up Gone Home, I thought it was a horror game.
it. This is actually a horror game. Did I not say?
Is it? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, this one you're just expecting
This one's the horror
a
game.
nice road trip story with a mother and daughter. It's a horror fucking game.
Yeah. But I recommend it, especially for its short pace. I think it's only $20 if you want to pay for it. It is also on Game Pass.
Yeah, I gotta
Um,
download it on Xbox.
I think I want to just purchase the game just to show some support for the team. I want them to make more
Those
games
are the
like
ones
this.
that need it, right?
Yeah, I want them to. So I think I'm still going to pay the 20 and throw them the 20, which I should just do that today. Yeah, I highly recommend the game if you're looking for just a nice like movie. Playing a movie of a mother and a daughter and their relationship. I don't want to say kind of the thrust of it. I can if you want. It's
No,
not that big of a
I'm
spoiler.
gonna play. Well, okay,
Okay.
if it's not that big of a story, I
I
don't
mean,
mind.
it's just kind of the thrust of like you see it very quickly.
Okay.
The thrust of the story is the grandma is dead right at the
Mhm.
beginning. You don't really like talk to the grandma really, but the grandma's dead and they're going through her house and like selling the house and stuff, and then it kind of goes from there. But
Okay.
so that's kind of the thrust is like loss.
Interesting. Yeah, the game not getting as much attention as I thought. It's or thought it
There's
would.
too much
at
happening.
least. Yeah, I guess there just are way too many releases coming out. But you would have thought the next game from Fulbright would have got a lot of attention. But I've heard like next to no
2
one
years ago,
talking
this
about
would've.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago this would have. I hope more people try it out. Maybe the Game Pass is helping, but
Yeah, I
maybe
saw
in
it on
terms of
the dashboard being promoted like that. So, at least there's that.
yeah,
That's a big thing. A lot of people pay
I think
attention to that.
I think
You,
this
you
team
have
now
to see it when you turn on your Xbox, right? So,
for sure. And yeah, I think on the Game Pass splash screen they're showing it too and stuff. Yeah, I think right now this team definitely needs the support, especially after everything that's happened the past few years with them.
yeah.
So yeah, show it some support. Play it. It's not very long.
Couldn't have
you
been
didn't.
cheap to get Carrie Russell either. Busy.
Probably
the
not as
Americans.
expensive as you would think.
Yeah,
Even both
probably
of
not.
them.
But well, I feel like Caitlin Dever will now take off, right? Once she appears as Abby in Last of
Yeah.
Us season 2, but
Or not.
I never saw her in anything in that.
Or not. I don't know.
Yeah, or everyone's gonna fucking hate her. It
Yeah.
might have been a
I hope
horrible role
not.
to
I hope
take,
not.
you know.
She's very charming in this.
Cool.
I think they both do well. I just don't. I wish that they're as much as I like them as like the voice acting. I just kind of wish there was a little bit more for them to chew on, and I
Sure.
can spend time with them more. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
it's enjoyable. I give it a thumbs up and check it out.
Cool. Cool.
But the other game that I played and beat is Princess Peach Showtime.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that is a very fun, charming game. I think the reviews are about right. I'd give it a little bit higher than like a 7. I'd probably say like a 7.5 to an 8, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe where I'm leaning, maybe closer to an 8. And I think that's like because it's just so charming of a game. So the premise, like, Peach finds herself at this like place that she's going to watch plays and stuff with these different like actors, and all the actors get kind of captured. And each of the actor, there's like these different new race of like these little guys, and each actor is like each one has a different job, right? So like there's 10 of them. One's like the swordsman, and one's a mermaid and an ice skater and stuff. So there are like 5 levels or 5 floors of this, like, I guess, I don't know, hotel or whatever, where all the plays are, and then you have a mini story with each one. So like I think you have 3 levels for each job or each actor, whatever you want to call it. You have 3 of them, and and the third one is you basically rescuing that actor at the end. So like the swordsman has like a little story for the swordsman. The kung fu one has a little story for the kung fu one. The ice skating one and all that have little mini stories, and then it goes to the big story, and you beating the person that's taken over the play.
So it's kind of like a boss fight, like at the end type of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You fight like a boss. There's a boss for each floor. You kind of fight a boss at the end of each of the little mini 3 levels.
Mm-hmm.
But those are like scattered out, so like each floor has like a different one, kind of. And once you get to like go up, you'll start completing them, and then you'll still continue the last few, and then you go down to the basement level, and that's where you like do the 3rd mission for each one, and that's how you rescue the actor, whatever, and then you go and beat the main boss. The main boss, I'll say, spoilers, is definitely a Balan Wonderworld character. Has a mask and everything. Yeah, it is a Balan Wonderworld character. It's so
they just
funny.
took them. Like,
yeah, they're like,
you guys ain't doing shit with that IP.
Your
anyway.
game sucks. We're gonna beat your game up. We're gonna Peach beat you up.
So I know they're each like different gameplay a little bit. How do all of them kind of feel then?
I mean, it's pretty basic. So there's not much controls. So it is like it's 2D, but you can move a little 3-dimensional, right? You're not only moving on a 2D plane.
Luigi's Mansion, kind of.
Yeah, if that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
So each job has like so we'll just do the swordsman. That's like the kind of the first one you could do, and the first one you actually could complete. That one is like you have your A is your jump button, and B is like your sword attack, and you can do like a counter kind of with the sword as well if like they're attacking you and stuff. But that's pretty much all you're doing is those 2. The only other button you're really doing is you can either do the left or the right trigger. There are like these spots that you'll find that'll have like a little spotlight or like a little like twinkle, and if you go to them, you can like hold one of the triggers, and you do like a pose with whatever outfit you're wearing, and then you go and you find like a secret. It's usually coins, but sometimes you get a little star or whatever the thing is called. Sometimes they'll have those in there too. So you're really collecting these like star things, and that's how you unlock like the boss. They'll gate you like, oh, this next boss is like 15 of them or 20 or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so each of those jobs have like their B buttons a little different, basically.
Gotcha.
So some of them are similar, like the kung fu is similar-ish to like the swordsman, like it is an attack button. But then you get like the mermaid. The mermaid one, the B is like you take control. You like sing, kind of like Ariel basically, and you can control fish. So behind you on the background, you're controlling fish to like kind of a Pikmin like thing. So there'll be like shells. You want to break a shell open. You have to get enough fish and then pop it open. And there's like the star thing or whatever. You'll save the little guys. You'll save them throughout the level and stuff like that.
Do they all like feel different enough? Because I guess that's what would appeal to me about it, is like the variety of gameplay you might get out of it.
I would say so.
Yeah.
And everyone is still themed as like a play.
Okay.
So like some of the enemies will be little puppets or like a ghost puppet. Yeah, I think they feel different. Like the ice skating one's different. Like you, instead of like, it's a jump as well. So you're still jumping while you're skating, but the other one's kind of like a spin. So in a lot of those levels, there's like things on the ground that one will be a jump thing and it'll jump you up, and then you can like, get a few things, or like one's a spin, and you could spin into enemies and stuff. Yeah, they're different, and some of them have like, there's a sci-fi one, and that has like a shoot 'em up, like part of the levels.
That's cool.
So like you're like flying and like, yeah, you're punching while you're in the air. Yeah, it really changes up the game a lot with all these different jobs, and each job has like I said, a little different story and stuff. If you saving the actor, and then it goes to fighting the main villain. I'll say you once you get all the actors, this is a little spoiler, but who cares? It's not that whatever. They like superpower you, all the actors with all the different jobs, and then Peach like gets another transformation, but it's like her ultimate form, and it's called Radiant Peach. And she looks awesome. Her dress is insanely looking. She has this cool crown. And she like shooting stuff out of her hands and stuff. She basically goes Super Saiyan. And then like the final boss fight, she goes like, they actually call it Super Radiant, like an extra Super Saiyan. And she is insane. She's like shooting beams out of her.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
She's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, she goes Super Saiyan at the end of this game.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been awesome if there was a Dragon Ball level at the end of that, right?
That'd be sick. Like, she fights Goku.
What's going on here?
I'll say 60s, I'd say a bit much. I think 40 is probably a little more reasonable for the game.
Yeah.
But to show kind of support for this team, I think that this is a really fun, charming game. With like, it keeps it fresh. There's always like a new thing you're doing for each job, So
how long
like,
was it?
I don't know for sure. I'd say 10 hours. And if you want to do more, you can probably get more out of it.
To unlock and stuff.
Yeah, there's like you can unlock all the dresses for her. There's like this ribbon that's with you the whole time. You can get all the ribbon colors. And then there's a few like modes that open up at the end. And there's like decorations you can get for each of like the floors and stuff. So that you have to like get all those star things to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a fun, charming video game.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
It has a lot of
that price
Nintendo
point
charm.
does kind of get me a little bit, especially now with how many games there are to play. It's just like, I don't know if I really.
But if you're looking for something
quick,
like in between fun. RPGs, yeah, this is a perfect like refresher. It's charming, great music. Like it technically, like some parts don't look as great. Some parts look good. I think when you're in the game and you're playing the levels, they look great. Sometimes some of the world, like when you're going through the hotel thing or whatever, it sometimes looks good, sometimes it doesn't. The load screens are awful. Like they're just load screens, granted, but like they don't run.
Oh, okay.
So one of them is like, you get a few different load screens. One's like a twirl, like a spinny thing. It doesn't spin. It stutters. And then one is like a curtain for like a play.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be kind of like moving a bit. It doesn't move. Like it jitters. Like it's yeah. You would know what it would supposed to look like. It doesn't do that. So the load screens are bad, but when you're playing, it's
these load screens.
Yeah.
Not dealing with.
But when you're playing, it's fun. But yeah, highly recommend.
Cool.
The last thing, just real quick, I put about 4 hours into Final Fantasy. Not far, so
nice.
Can't really say too much yet.
Nice. Yeah, I literally just only played Final Fantasy. I don't got too much more to say on it. Just I haven't had too much time to play games this week. So yeah, but I'm in the.
You get to beat it yet?
No, I didn't get to beat it. I'm in the last chapter though. So
Okay.
yeah, I should be able. I said this last week, but I should be able to beat it this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll hop on to other stuff here. But yeah, still very much enjoying my time.
What's actually next for you?
No, I think I'm gonna run through some smaller stuff. I want to do open roads. I still want to go back and beat Penny's Big Breakaway, and then I bought
Oh yeah, that game. Yeah,
I bought the Brothers remake a while ago, so I still have that sitting on my
you're
dashboard.
actually gonna play that?
Yeah, I want to play that. Why not? Okay. So yeah, I think I want to run through those three. I could probably get through those three all pretty quickly, and then we'll see where we're at there. I guess the next like big new release I'll play is Stellar Blade, so I don't know about that. I want to do Persona 3 remake, but I don't know if I want to try to end up. Yeah, that'll be a very long one, so I don't know if I want to try to do that before Stellar Blade. We'll see. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know what else. I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2, the more I hear people talk about, I still just want to try it, see if I like it. So
I want to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point. I might wait for like some patches and stuff though. Just
what about Unicorn Overlord?
Yeah, I do want to try that too. Yeah, I actually downloaded the demo for that because I know it just carries over into the full game. So see how much I like it. Apparently, it's like a very long demo too. Like you can just play it for like hours. Cool. So yeah, just see how much.
Yeah, Sloan beat that game.
Did he? Okay.
A couple days ago. Yeah.
That's cool. Sloan's a nerd.
Dude,
he fucking took Braid from me. Oh my god, go get him! I'm gonna fucking beat his ass.
He's at work.
Okay.
He didn't see that message.
That was funny.
I was with him when he.
I thought none of you saw that, and I was like, "Oh, these motherfuckers!" No, not that. Like I thought none of you saw Braid on the fantasy thing because they like must have just made that available or something, like for whatever reason. Because like I don't know why that wasn't available to pick when we were all doing our picks, but yeah, I don't know. Something about it must have just been like, oh, this is actually a remake. Which
why you both went after it?
I think it really is. Yeah, we both went after it. Well, it's like, I mean, dude, that's probably going to be a very highly critically acclaimed game. Maybe. I know the industry hates Jonathan Blow now, but like, I mean, it's like a 93 on Metacritic, the original. So I could see the anniversary.
At least 80s, right?
High. Yeah, at least 80s. So yeah, I don't know. It was a good one to get. Keep an eye on that Salon, man. But yeah, still just playing Final Fantasy, very much enjoying it now. So, not too much more to say on it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll spoiler stuff I can say, but yeah, I won't for your case. Won't for your case.
I would hope not.
Did the date scene though, and that was fucking awesome.
Who'd you get?
That was incredible. I got Tifa.
Yeah, you better.
I got Tifa. It was great. It was
so,
awesome.
Can you give me any recommendations for doing it? I only want to get Tifa, so like, can you give me any top-down recommendations?
You would have to do her side quests. And it's going to be hard to figure out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would. If you just really want Tifa. Yeah, if you just really want Tifa, find the Tifa side quests and do those. And then you'll get it. Yeah, for sure. Because that will build the bond between Tifa and Cloud much more. And yeah, it was, well, because I got Aerith initially. And then, so like, you like opened the door and then I saw Aerith. And like, I thought I did the date scene. But because like I couldn't remember where it was in Final Fantasy VII, and like it wasn't that good, but because there's like an initial time you go back to the Golden Saucer, and then there's another time where you go back, and like I thought the first time you went was the date scene, and I was like, that wasn't as good as it was even in the original, and then you get to the actual date scene, and it's just fucking fantastic. But yeah, so
you have to tell me where I need to save just in case.
So I had Aerith initially, and then I went back and loaded my previous one, and then I found another side quest that was Tifa, and so they must have been like neck and neck between Aerith and Tifa on like whatever back end scale system I had for which one you're gonna get. And so yeah, I went back, I did another side quest for Tifa. Then I did the main story again, and then I had Tifa knocking on the door, and I was like, all right, we're good. That's what I wanted. But yeah, incredible scene is like, oh man, do you remember the song that plays during the trailer of like the last story trailer that was in the well, that's on there's like a whole thing with that song, and it's a great man, it really was.
I'm excited.
Yeah, be excited, man, it's great. So yeah, very much enjoying that.
And I can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, man. How are you liking the game though? Oh, shut the fuck up, Siri.
No one talking to you, Siri.
That's what I figured. What do you mean? That's what you figured?
Yeah, so I beat the first chapter. I'm in chapter 2. I did all like the card. I did like the 3 blood missions, Queen's Blood missions. Like that's like the big side quest stuff I want to do is the Queen's Blood.
Oh, dude, I
Um,
finished the Queen's Blood side quest. Very good payoff. Very
good,
good payoff. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, do all the
awesome.
Queen's Blood stuff. It's awesome.
Okay. And then like I went to the open world. I where I'm at. So I just rescued the chocobo,
Okay.
and then I went back to the farm, talked to him, and that's kind of where I'm at. Oh,
Okay.
I did the first tower with Chadley, and I think what I was doing was like the tutorial fights, so I can get like the materia from him.
Yeah.
There's like a easy materials to get, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
doing that when I stopped last.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, you got some ways to go. I have 101 hours into this game, so
Oh my god, I'm not putting that much into this game. There's no way.
I love it, man. I don't want it to stop. Like
Yeah,
I don't want it to end. I'm just having a good fucking time here. It's yeah,
the combat's great
I'm
so far.
scared to beat it. Like I don't want to beat it. I don't want it to end. I
It'll always be there though.
just sort of I just like yeah, I know, but like I don't want to beat it. Just gonna keep playing Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
I'm
Rebirth
curious
all
when you
year.
beat this if you're gonna like this more than Like a Dragon.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
gonna say
see.
you probably will, but just because of like probably more of a connection than you did with like kind of the whole series of Like a Dragon. But yeah, I'm curious where you're gonna land on it.
Yeah, we will see. We'll see. All right, people, that's gonna do it for the Nerd Gods podcast episode 217. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/Nerdic Gods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Anything else you'd like to say?
Get to gaming. A lot of
Gaming
games out there. Get to
gamers.
playing.
All right, bye bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.